Hello students, today I am teaching to you class 8 science chapter 5 coal and petroleum. Coal and petroleum. All of you know that this coal and petroleum are the resources and they are very essential in our life, because coal is used to provide energy and it is also used as a fuel for the generation of electricity in power plants, basically in thermal power plants. In addition to this, petroleum is also used as a fuel. All of you know, aware of it. This is used for obtaining many other substances on performing the refining process of this crude petroleum. We obtain the petroleum, or from the crude petroleum we obtain many substances like petrol, diesel, asphalt, etc. etc. But before we start to these topics, coal and petroleum, let us discuss some basic terms like what is resource, because these are the two resources, coal and petroleum, we use in our everyday life. So what do you mean by resource? Resource means basically anything in the environment which can be used, which can be used is called a resource. Anything which exists in our environment, and if it is possible, the substance can be used, then the substance is called a resource. For example, coal. Coal is present in our environment and it can be used as a fuel. Crude petroleum is also exist in our environment and it can also be used as a fuel and many other purposes. So these coal and crude petroleum are the resources. They are called resources. So the basic definition of resource is any substance, anything which exists in our environment and they can be used to fulfill our life or fulfill our objective. The substance is called a resource. In this chapter, mainly we will study about the two resources as the topic mentioned here, coal and petroleum. And these resources can be classified into two categories. Two categories like natural resources and man-made resources. Natural and man-made resources. And again, these natural resources can be classified into two categories. Inexhaustible resources and exhaustible resources. So, what are the natural resources? The natural resources are those resources which are obtained from the nature, or we can say that naturally occurring resources are called natural resources. On the other hand, like plastics, synthetic fibers, paints, explosives, these are the man-made resources. So how can we define inexhaustible resources? Inexhaustible. Exhaust means, what is meant by exhaust? What is meant by exhaust? Exhaust means basically we call it finished. Finish. So inexhaust means they cannot be finished. Something cannot be finished. Inexhaust means something cannot be finished. Can not be finished. Something cannot be finished. So We can define this inexhaustible inexhaustible natural resources as those natural resources which are present in unlimited quantity, which are present in unlimited quantity, like sunlight, water, wind energy. Unlimited quantity in nature, and they are not likely to be exhausted and likely to be finished, likely to be exhausted by human being activities, or we can say that by human activities are called inexhaustible natural resources. Inexhaustible natural resources. For example, air, sunlight, water, etc. These are present in our earth in plenty of amount, and they cannot be finished by human activities. That's why they are called inexhaustible natural resources. But some are the exhaustible natural resources also present in our environment. And how can we define these exhaustible natural resources as exhaustible natural resources those resources which are present in a limited quantity in nature and can be exhausted by human activities, can be exhausted by human activities, they are called exhaustible natural resources. Exhaustible natural resources. Briefly, we can say that those resources which are finished by the human activities are called exhaustible natural resources. The example of exhaustible natural resources are coal, petroleum. It means in this chapter we will study about the exhaustible natural resources, coal and petroleum. Means coal and petroleum are the exhaustible natural resources. It means they are finished by doing the human activities after certain period of time. So we need to care about these resources. These resources means like coal, petroleum, natural gas, minerals, forest and wildlife. Because if we don't care about these, they will be disappear after certain period of time